The Sony MZ-N920 was a later model net MD recorder that was sold for a few years. This one was working fine, but a customer told me it's been acting up, so let's start with a clean and lube. Maintenance may be boring, but it's important to keep these running. Think about it like your car's oil change, for example. Behind this cover is the USB port for connecting to your computer. The jog dial and 3-line display make it easy to control. As usual, let's start by getting inside. For what we're doing, we just need to remove the bottom of the case. Once the screws are off, let's slide off the battery door cover. Push the battery contacts back in, and let's pry it open from that side. Three sets of ribbon cables and 3 screws should get us where we need to go. Let's start with the screws. Be very gentle with these clips. They just flick upwards 90 degrees, but are very fragile. Once all 3 are removed, it's time to move the board aside. On the side, you can see a tab where the battery compartment connects to the metal frame. Push it in to loosen it, then open it like a book. Make sure a cable isn't in the way before opening it further. Open gently and keep the halves close together. The right head cable is soldered onto the board. I like to start with isopropyl alcohol to clean old lube and dust or lint. What's this? Looks like a hairball. Let's continue to clean with alcohol. Clean, visible, moving parts like the gears, gear shaft, and sled rail. You could optionally remove this screw to lube the collar. This is the laser sled rail. A thin bit of lube is recommended here. This worm gear shaft can use some lube, especially in these models where the gear shaft goes through the laser sled. Use small amounts of white lithium grease spread thinly. There's a small gear down here, and you can spin the gears to work the lube in evenly. Now for the sled rail. And then the worm gear shaft. We'll put a bit on here, then work it in by spinning the gears. I'll leave it parked there because when we turn it on, it will come back to the center of the device. Here, I'm just trying to get some under the metal holding the gear shaft down. This device is relatively clean, so I'm not going to dig too deep. Okay, let's close it up. The small cable near the battery door is often the hardest since it has to fit through a small slot. You can try to position it so it pokes through, but if not, I found an easier way. Make a small rectangle of tape, stick it to the back of the small cable, then pull it through. Here I've inserted it through the slot. Got it. To be safe, stick the tape to the back of the cable, not the contacts. Once all the cables are clear, it's time to snap it back together. This model snaps together fairly easily. Carefully connect the ribbon cables and gently push the clips down. This is the next one. Sorry you can't see this one, but it was straightforward. Now to screw the board down. Before closing, make sure to align the hold switch. It's hard to see, but it's that tiny switch, and it's on the left side currently. Start by lining up the jacks. Check the hold switch, then close it. Looks good. Let's screw it back together. Slide the battery door on. And we're all set. A quick test confirms it's working fine. Maintenance may not be the most fun thing, but it's important for keeping these tiny precision devices going. Thanks for watching.